Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. This is it, the final chapter of Phantasy Star Online 2. And yes, I'm aware there's going to be an epilogue that's going to be coming out in the future, but for today, we really are dealing with the final chapter here. You don't see the stream. Let me make sure everything is working here. Let's see. I am seeing it on my side here. Try refreshing on your side there. In fact, let me put that in chat here. Because yeah, I'm seeing it fine through my live feed over here, so I'm not sure why you're having trouble. But yeah, let's basically this is it. This is the final chapter, the final encounter with Shiva. And everything is going down today, and I don't want to wait any longer here. Let's go ahead and get things going. Now, I do want to pick up an attack buff before we go over to the bridge here. There we go. Alright, to the bridge. And let's get ourselves set to episode 6 here. And story quest. The final battle to protect everyone. Let's get this going.
Varna 結界の展開に成功。ハリエットは結界維持のためにオメガに残ったか。しかしハリエットの言う通り、結界の効果はハルコタンの時ほど劇的ではないみたいだ。交戦していたヒューイの報告でも拮抗とまでは言っていない。戦力的には押されている感じだ。
今までは交代戦術しか取れなかったんだし、効果があっただけでも御の字ってところだと思うよ。
シバは結界展開後から戦力を引かせ、マザーシップ周辺に集結させている。
迎え撃つ気満々って感じですね。戦力を作り出すこともできるので放っておくわけにもいきません。
そういうことだ。あとは総力戦で勝負を決める。この世界も地球もオメガも全てを救うための最終決戦。
Indeed.
準備が終わり次第招集をかける。それまでみんなは英気を養っておいてほしい。
Well, I hope you enjoy then, Rooks, and thanks for sticking around then. Okay, so it looks like, and from what I was told, there was only going to be one side story scene available. So the rest of these we're going to be checking out once the epilogue is also translated. But for the moment, let's at least check out the one sub-story that is available here, Regius's Feelings, Alma's Feelings.
Regiusさんとアルマさん？
次の戦いはアークスにとって大きな意味を持つ戦いとなる。勝たねばならぬ戦いだ。
そうだね。負けたらそこでおしまいだもんね。
私はアークスの皆を守るためにこの身を捨てる覚悟で戦いに挑む。いいな、覚悟ではないな。おそらくそれは現実のこととなる。
分かってるよ。止めても無駄ってことも分かってる。キー君いっつもそうだもんね。
お前との約束 果たせぬまま倒れるであろうことを心苦しく思う。だがそれでもなさねばならん。未来への道筋は我ら老兵の礎、その先にあるべきだからだ。願わくば我々が紡ぐ未来を見届けていってほしい。それがたった一つの約束すら満足に守れぬ不甲斐ない男の最後の願いだ。
そんなことないよ、キー君。あなたはもう十分に約束を果たしてくれたよ。私は本当に胸がいっぱい。姿が見えなくても心はつながってる。最後の願いになんてさせないよ。あなたを一人にはさせないから。
Alright, we got a tri-boost plus 100%, and yeah, that's probably the feeling that's going on throughout much of the ship right now. Or rather, much of the fleet. With this being the final battle and everything. Onwards to battle.
Oh,
彼女には彼女の用事があるのさ。準備は整った。これより行うはフォトナーとの対の目にシバとの最終決戦だ。この状況でやるべきは一つ。マザーシップ中枢に座する対の女神シバを撃つのみ。
作戦も単純明快だよ。そのものズバリ一点突破の電撃作戦
というより戦力的に負けている以上、一点突破の電撃作戦しか手はないんだよね。
アークスを総動員し、全方位から AIS を用いてマザーシップへと突撃をかける。
だけどそれもほとんどが陽動。本命はガーディアン、君たちだ。いかに結界があるとはいえ、シバの力は桁が違う。普通のアークスでは歯が立たない。全軍による陽動突撃および敵の誘引、その間に本命である君とまといをぶつける。
だからさ、二人とも中枢へ向かう途中に危機の味方を見つけても助けようとしないでね。
はい、僕たちは捨て駒です。絶対にその歩みを止めないでください。
捨て駒って
六坊を含め全員が君たちの露払いだ。それはみんな了解している。シバを倒せなければアークスは消える。犠牲にかかずらってはいられない。分かったね、二人とも。
それはそうかもしれないけど。
It's a cold and calculated plan, but I understand.
分かっているさ。君たちがそんなのを承諾できないことは。そして君たちはガーディアンだ。君たちに命令を下せる者はいない。それでも忘れないでほしい。ここで負ければ全てが終わってしまう。シバを倒さなければ未来がないんだ。頼んだよ、ガーディアン。
Episode 6, Chapter 6, The Hope You Bring, The Light in the Dark. Alrighty, so it looks like this is it. Before we head into battle, there is one last thing I want to take care of, and that is to grab a shift to Drink EX and make sure I am fully stocked. Yes, I am. Let's get this going.
ここマザーシップの中？私たちの知ってるのと全然違う。今内部の状況をスキャンしていますが、かなり構造が変化しているようです。
人の住みかを許可もなく改造とは本当に好き勝手してくれるよ。
構造にこそ変化がありますが、強大な反応の場所についてはつかめています。それって中枢部だよね。
その通り。悠然と構えてしかるべしと言わんばかりに、慌てた様子も動く気配もない。しかし結界界においてなおシバの力は増大傾向にある。あるいは君たちを迎え撃つために力を貯めているのかもしれない。なるべく
ただ道中にはフォトナーの手勢が多数配置されているようです。さすがに抜かりないですね。
君たちとは別に突入成功したアークスたちも援護に向かっている。梅雨払いは彼らに任せて君たちは中枢を目指すんだ。二人とも頼んだよ。
Let's do it. Alright, so with photon weaponry all around, my plan here is to switch over to my dark element weapon. They are turning immediately here. They're good. There we go. That's one. Alright, first group down.
Emergency code unite.
Alright, one target left. Okay, on to the next group.
Completed.
And if you can tell here, I am trying to conserve my strength as much as I can, so I'm not trying to play things as reckless as I usually do. Okay, it looks like we gotta go south first. Alright, so we gotta watch out for lasers here. There we go.
Emergency. Code. Unite.
Okay, that takes care of that group. Alright. Yeah, is there room to work with? It looks like there is.
Completed.
Well, so far I'm still on full mates here, and I've only taken so many HP. I mean, if I really wanted to be careful, I could try healing myself, but I mean, let's be honest. If oops, that's oh, I don't even have it on me, so I can't even do that. Oh, that poor one got hung up on the wall there.
Emergency. Code. Unite.
Those are just facing forward. Let's just take them out. The fact that that one drags you in is really annoying. Alright. Looked like somebody tried to heal me, but that doesn't work. Oh well. Oh, oh well. Alright, while we have a brief moment here, I'm gonna pop a star atomizer there. That way I can save my automate stuff for when I actually need it.
始めよう。作りよ。
Regius.
間に合ったようだな。
レギオスさん。
Thanks.
礼には及ばない。これが今回の私たちの任務だ。
ここで待っていれば他のみんなとも合流できるのかな。
私はたまたま君たちと近い位置に突入できたようだ。故にこうして合流できた。他の者がどこにいるかはわからん。合流を狙うのなら中枢を目指すべきだ。だが二人とも忘れてはならない。こたびの目的は仲間との合流ではない。シヴァの撃破だ。他のアークスの6本をもちろん私も君たちを中枢へとたどり着かせる。そのためだけにこの場にいる。未来はこの戦いで決まるのだ。どうか目的を見誤ることないよう。だが君が正しいと思うこと、それが今までの未来を切り開いてきた。それもまた事実。時にシャオの演算すらも超えた結果を見つけ出し、多くを救った。だからあえてこういう思うがままに動くといい。その判断、その行動を支えるため、私の刃、君たちへと預ける。
Alrighty then. So, I guess we will see if there will actually be anybody else that joins up with us or not. Alright, I need some space. And back over here. We're slowly whittling them down. Alright, looks like that's it for that group.
Emergency. Code. Unite.
Something else I will say is, even if I do happen to run out of mates along the way, I do have a little bit of an ace up my sleeve that I have not revealed yet, but hopefully I won't need it. Alright, that path is blocked, so teleporter. Let's take out the cannon first here.
Emergency code. Unite.
Well, what I'll say is, if I was truly playing recklessly, I'd probably be down half a stack of mates already. So far, I've only used a star mate, or a star atomizer, rather. But yeah, I knew I was going to have to play this as sort of a war of attrition here.
Completed.
Alright, not a lot of room to work with here. But I think I would rather look at it this way. Much easier. Like Risa said, use your eyes. Don't just rely on radar.
Emergency code. Unite.
Although I guess that really doesn't count now that I think about it, since that's... I technically don't have eyes over there. There are a lot of missiles flying around here. Okay, there goes one of the carriers. Alright, let's pop another star atomizer here.
Completed.
Oh, that's not good. They're starting to get tricky trying to hold me in place like that. Looks like just one more target. There we go. Okay, so... I get the feeling things are gonna get sealed off again here. Yep. I wonder how far I am from the end of all this at this point here. Almost. Okay, that's good news. Yeah, I was debating if I wanted to pop my Imperial Cleave, but if I'm getting close, I don't want to do that. Okay, one more target. Let's get out of here. That spot for that weak point really sucks. Alright, looks like we got him. They're all yours.
そう、それでいい。我らの目的、アークスの目的、決して忘れてはならん。この先、中枢に座するシバの撃破。それが唯一絶対の目的。そしてそこまで君たちを送り届ける。それがアークスの目的だ。我々が命をとしてなすべき目的だ。故に進め、未来を担うガーディアンよ。この場には公平が鎖を打つ。レギオスさ
ん Let's do it.
さて、フォトナーの生み出した悪意の具現よ。程度の違いはあれど、我らは同じ過去の遺物。未来を歩む者たちの邪魔はさせん。いな、異物ですらないな。貴様たちはただの悪意の塊。世界の異物よ。故に、ここで全てを斬滅する。こここそが、我らの主地なれば。始めよう。作りよう。
Alright, there's the core. And we got one of you to deal with, huh?
Emergency code due.
Alright, pop its rear end. Still got more, it looks like. It's times like this I wish I could pull out my camera a bit more. Okay, now we're doing some damage. Down it goes.
Completed.
Shiva.
シバ、
ようやくの到着ですか。待ちくたびれましたよ、ガーディアン。
Time to put an end to this.
私たちをここまで導いてくれたみんなのためにもあなたを倒す。
まったく、せっかくここまで来たのですから、そう死に急ぐ必要もないでしょう。
What, are you suggesting we have tea or something?
結界が効いてない？
いいえ、結界は効いていますよ。私の力も確かに減じられています。ミトラの器具も最も異世界越しの全宇宙結界、なかなかの技術です。これならばジッパ人からげの増票には効果があるでしょうね。10の力のうち5を封じられたのですから。だがしかし1000の力のうち5を封じられたとしてどれほどの影響があるとお思いで？それよりもあなたたちが見捨ててきた皆さんがどのようになっているか興味はありませんか？
完全に囲まれた形ですね。
I'm surprised. I would have thought Echo would have been with Xeno.
まったく大歓迎だな。ま、そんだけ引きつけられてるって考えりゃ悪くないんだろうがな。いつぞや思い出しますよ。あの時は皆さんを逃がすために私たちが残ったんでしたね。
Oh yes, with Elder.
今はあいつらを邪魔させないために引きつけてるってわけだが、いやはやキリがね。悪いなカスラさんよ。俺と一緒だと毎度毎度こういう貧乏くじ引くみたいだぜ。お気になさらず。ただあの時のように自分一人で引き受けようとだけはしないでくださいよ。そんなことがあったら今度こそあなたの奥さんに殺されてしまう。違いない。来るぞ。
Yumi's going all DBZ there.
もうガタが来たのかい。ジグのやつめ手抜いたな。
I'm surprised you didn't order a second one as a backup.
それに姉さん自身も相当無理してるだろ。
そっくりそのまま言葉を返してやるよ。
燃えろ。
息が上がってるじゃないか。
それこそお互い様だぜ、あれさ。だがまだ値を上げるわけにはいかない。
ああ、あいつらがまだシバを倒してない。それまで無尽蔵に寄ってくるこいつらを倒し続けるのが私たちの役目さ。
たとえ武装が砕けようが、たとえ好みが砕けようが、この先には行かせん。
When I say second, I don't mean a second Genesis weapon, of course. Just a backup.
すまないな、作りよ。私が未熟なばかりにお前を扱いきれずかような状態にしてしまった。だがここまで来たら一連卓勝。お前と同じく我が身が砕けるまでどうか付き合ってほしい。この戦いこそアークスの未来へのしるべとなる。もとより40年前に捨てた命、その礎と散れるのであれば本望。
ご覧の通りですよ。皆さん、あなたたちの勝利を信じて無意味な戦いを続けている。ありもしない勝利を信じてその身を捧げようとしている。本当に滑稽ですね。そしてあなたたちもまた力の差を思い知りながらも勝利を諦めようとしない。ありもしないものを求め続けるその欲望こそが全ての元凶だと今までの歴史で知ったはずというのに、やはり人は愚かしい。では始めましょうか。ミトラやバルナの分まで私があなたたちを蹂躙して差し上げます。絶望に身をよじり怨嗟の声を上げながら暗い闇に沈み込むように死んでいってくださいね。
Let's do it, Shiva.
Your Majesty, code due.
慈悲はありません。
Wow, she's fast. Okay.
受けなさい。随分見苦しく生にしがみつくものです。
Okay, she's not weak to any element, so I'm switching over to my Liberate Sword then. That was a lucky pop there. Imperial Cleave. Nice! Hey, retry!
なかなかにしぶといですね。その使命感、称賛に値しますよ。思えば、あなたたちは最初からそうでした。常に私の予想を上回り、しぶとく諦めずに立ち向かってくる。あなたという世界の器、このまま壊して終わるのももったいないと思えてきました。
どういう意味？
お二人ともアークスとたもとを分かち、私と共に歩みませんか？これまでの狼藉も許しましょう。これよりの命も保証いたします。ミトラとバルナを失い手に困っていたところなのです。悪い話ではないと思いますが。
ふざけないで。
ふざけてなどいませんよ。妥当なタイミングでの提案です。あなたたちを仲間にすれば便利と考え、力の差を示した後に交渉。段取りとして間違っていません。問いましょう。アークスは守るべきものなのですか？オラクルは守るべきものですか？かつてあなたたちが闇へ転じようとした時、そちらの管理者はあなたたちを切り捨てようと演算したはずです。結果としてはあなたたちご自身の奮闘により事なきを得た。それはあなたたちの功績。アークスは何もしていません。あなたたちを見守るだけ、見捨てるだけ。そしていずれ彼らはあなたたちを排斥するようになるでしょう。そのあまりの力を恐れるあまり、そんなことないとおっしゃるのでしょう。それも分かっています。しかし歴史が証明しているのです。
Coda
そ
best.
の生き証人がここにいるのですから。人はただただ醜い。それが答えですよ。人を超えた力を持つ私たちが人の断りに縛られ生きる必要はない。そうは思いませんか、ガーディアン。あなたたちが守護するべきは世界であってアークスではないのでは？あなたたちはお互いを守りたいだけなのではありませんか？
The problem is your argument is, yeah, you're wrong. You represent the profound darkness. It doesn't work out that way.
違うとは何が？
ARKS gave us the present.
アークスがいたから今がある。
Our friends gave us a future.
皆がいたから未来がある。
その遥かな未来において己が排斥されるのだとしても、
Even so,
だとしても
there's no reason to destroy it.
それが未来を砕く理由にはなり得ない。
どこまでもお人よし。私の失敗からそのように設計されたのでしょうか。アークスは幸せ者ですね、本当に。私は対の女神シバ、深淵なる闇とともにありし者。ここで歴史を終焉させる者。世界は滅ばねばならない。フォトンは消えねばならない。世界の器、アークスもあなたも今この時がついえる時なのです。
こまでか。だが十分に時間は稼げたはずだ。私の戦いは無駄ではない。未来への礎となるのであれば何も恐れることはない。だがアルマよ、叶うならばお前の姿を今一度見ておきたかったと心より思う。
Yonohate.
これは世の果て。
あー、ひっどいな、ギー君。私のことわからないのかな？
そんなわけないだろう、アルマよ。
遅くなっちゃってごめんね、レギアス君。でももうあなたを一人にはさせない。私も一緒にいるから。一人だと重すぎた約束も二人ならきっと叶えられる。一緒に歩んでいこう。
そうだな、共にアークスを守ろう。水泳よアルマ。ここに私たちが断りを作る。
Retry, if you're saying that things have gone a long way in the story since then.
姉さん、何か来るぞ。
Gorilla!
なんだ。
ヒューイ、無事か？
クラリス・クレイス、それにサラか。
マリア、年がいもなく無理してんじゃないわよ。
あんたたちどうやってここに？
みんながピンチと聞いていても立ってもいられずにやってきたんだ。一斉作戦に呼ばないとか水臭い話よ、まったく。ま、それすらシャオたちの狙いだったみたいだけど。
Oh, Sukuna-hime is involved.
おいおい、なんだこの楽しい状況は。
たくクソ生意気なガキどもが出しゃばってんじゃないよ。だが目は覚めた。そうだろヒューイ。
当然。
水泳の演武ラビリス。
目覚めを派遣ワルフラーン。どうなってやがる。
やれやれ、助けに来るのならばもう少し早く来てほしいものですね。
Kuna.
クーナさん、
別にあなたを助けたわけではありません。これは作戦行動の一環です。
まったく人使いが荒いわよね。
隠し玉とか言われて無駄でもなかったくせに。
うるさい。
二人ともこんなところに来てまで喧嘩しないでくれよ。
ゼナ、今治療するからね。
I gotta say, I'm loving the choreography that's coming out of all this.
アフィンにユクリード、エコーまで。お前たち待機組だったんじゃないのか。なるほど。敵に読まれないための作戦。そういうことなんですね、シャン。ったく、あの悪ガキがこうなっちまったらいいとこ見せたくなっちまうだろうが。柄ではありませんが同意ですね。六棒の力、ここに見せつけましょう。クーナさん、いけますね。
侮らないでください。私も六棒の一人です。示せ、当人舞。
響け会見、奈良木。歌えリング、フローレンベルク。
それでこれからどうするの？私たちも奥に攻め入る？
いや、ここで信じて戦い続ける。そうすれば向こうも楽になるだろうし、絶対に何とかしてくれるはずだ。
大した信頼ね。
そりゃな。なんてったって俺の自慢の相棒だからな。ここは俺たちに任せて頑張れよ、相棒。
No, Lester comes out, in several weeks still.
竜将および灰の粒子による演算包囲完了しました。
よし、お膳立てはこれで終わり。あとは頼むよ、スクナ姫。
That's episode 4 music. Matoy!
今のは灰の。
カカ、ようやく表情を変えたな。水の女神とやら。
スクナ姫、
あなたはハルコタンの巫女。星に縛られた存在がどうしてここに？
まったくもってズルが得意と紹介はされたが、よもやわらわの灰を真似るとは思わなんだ。アルマが生み出し、シャオが複製した灰の円環がこの中域を包み込んでおる。しからば天意も容易よ。そなたはアークスの総攻撃に意識が向き、気づいていなかったようだのう。
どこまでも楽しませてくれますね。だがいかなる関係を巡らそうとも絶大なる力の差は埋められない。手間が増えるだけの話ですよ。あなた程度の力では我が力封じるにあたわず。
それも承知しておる。その上で何故わらわがここへやってきたと思うておる。
これは灰の風に竜将。
二人とも、これが僕が見出した最後の作戦だ。アークスの全ての力、今こそ君たちに託す。
You got it, Shao.
これは、この力はなんと忌まわしき光景か。それこそフォトの犯した過ちと同じであることになぜ気づかないのです。
It's not a mistake. This is to stop you.
これは止めるための力だ。
ならば止めてみせるといい。その誤った力の結末を知るといい。
All right, let's do this. Okay, she's doing a Frieza.
Emergency code due.
受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？是非もありません。
Is there any reason for me to hold back now?
受けなさい。受けなさい。その程度ですか？無駄です。
I just noticed she has weakness to both light and dark elements here. Oh dear, my shift to drink just ended. Alright. I'm gonna assume that this is the final portion of all of this here, so... Dark Blast! Interesting counter to that attack.
是非もありません。受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？
Problem is, I didn't even see what it looked like when it came out.
是非もありません。私が歴史を正す。
Okay, she's doing a Frieza again.
世界を滅ぼし、フォトンを
Oh, that one there.
その程度ですか？死になさい。是非もありません。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。
I can't tell if they popped it yet or not.
無駄なあがきを。受 なんとも忌まわしい力です。是非もありません。その程度ですか。
Alright, let's get our Photon Blast out. Oh, is it that, like, sphere area that comes up? Okay, now that I know what I'm looking for.
なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。無駄なあがきを。是非もありません。受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。受けなさい。その程度ですか。
Unfortunately, Hunter doesn't have too many iframes.
無駄です。無駄なあがきを。これまでです。是非もありません。
Instead, I activate by charging up or dodging.
私が歴史を正す。受けなさい。誤ったその力、私が終わらせて差し上げます。ついえなさい。その忌まわしい力とともに。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。無駄なあがきを。
Just how much more health does she have?
なんとも忌まわしい力です。その程度ですか。
Uh-oh.
無駄です。是非もありません。
Alright, that's a shame. Alright. Let me restock. Let's see. There's probably nothing I can do to actually survive that. Did anybody happen to catch what the damage number was last time? Yeah, I'm just wondering about my damage, how much I took, because I do have a couple of things that might make that survivable, but I'm not sure. $1,900. Okay. 8,000. Okay, so it's not something I can just tank through then. 1910. Okay, that is tankable then. Alright, I'm gonna use every trick in the book I've got then. Because if that is tankable, then I will take that. Well, I only have 1 point in Iron Will right now, because it's such a thing that I don't really need when I'm playing as a Toil. Alright, do I have enough to actually... Yeah. Alright, so, we're gonna go with Defense Boost now. And then we'll head back over to the bridge. I'll grab a D-Band Drink EX. And for one more of the aces in my that I've got, hello, Rappy Shine. Alright, let's give this another try here. Sorry to hear that, Rooks. Alright, we're gonna skip right to the, to all this here. Thank you. It's a lot of stuff I gotta skip through. Alright, here we go. First round.
生にしがみつくものです。受けなさい。これまでです。慈悲はありません。
Unfortunately, I don't have access to my Imperial Cleaver, my Dark Blast this time, since I didn't build that up in the mission. Once again, a lot of cutscenes to skip through here. Alright, here we go.
Emergency code due.
受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか?
Oh, that's right. I have one more thing to pop here.
これまでです。
That'll give me a little bit more attack power.
受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか? 死になさい。受けなさい。その程度ですか?
Okay, so it's when the triangle points down towards the ground. That's where I gotta look out. No, that's not it. No, I can only look for the sphere then.
本当に勝てると思っているのですか。これまでです。是非もありません。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。受けなさい。その程度ですか。
Oh, she got me, and I'm not at full health.
無駄です。
Did I really just only take, like, 19 there?
本当に勝てると思っているのですか。これまでです。私が歴史を正す。 本当に勝てると思っているのですか。その程度ですか。
Okay, so there is an earlier point. I gotta watch for the swirling on the ground.
受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。受けなさい。 その程度ですか。受けなさい。世界を
Okay,
滅ぼし、
so I understand now the swirling on the ground that I need to be looking out for.
無駄なあがきを。是非もあ
So
ります。
hopefully I won't fall to that anymore.
なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。受けなさい。なんとも忌まわしい力です。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。受けなさい。無駄なあがきを。是非もありません。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。 なんとも忌まわしい力です。私が歴史を正す。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？受けなさい。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。無駄なあがきを。
Yeah, I noticed it had changed yellow there with the last one.
受けなさい。是非もありません。誤ったその力、私が終わらせて差し上げます。ついえなさい。その忌まわしい力とともに。無駄なあがきを。是非もありません。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。受けなさい。その程度ですか？
Wait, I thought I was out of it.
無駄です。
Alright, what's the range on that thing? Oh, so it's not a range thing, it's I have to just stop attacking. Okay. I think I remember the damage going above my HP, so my plan unfortunately didn't work. So let me go ahead and head back over and grab the attack buff again. Yeah, no kidding. How much did she take off? I still have most of my mates available. Alright, let's give this another go. I just wish it would autosave you in that, so you don't have to skip so many cutscenes here.
苦しく生にしがみつくものです。 受けなさい。これまでです。
Alright, that's part 1 down. But really, that's the easy part. Alright, here we go.
Emergency code due.
これまでです。受けなさい。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？受けなさい。受けなさい。その程度ですか？無駄です。これまでです。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？
She keep using that attack over and over. Oh, gotta get out of here.
「本当に勝てると思っているのですか？受けなさい。受けなさい。
In a way, she kind of reminds me of Falek, actually.
是非もありません。私が歴史を正す。
Alright, I don't think I was hitting it soon enough there.
その程度ですか？無駄です。 世界を滅ぼし、フォトンを消す。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？なんとも忌まわしい力です。これまでです。 度ですか。無駄なあがきを。受けなさい。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。受けなさい。なんとも忌まわしい力です。これまでです。是非もありません。その程度ですか。
Alright, still doing fine on mates.
無駄なあがきを。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。受けなさい。誤ったその力、私が終わらせて差し上げます。ついえなさい。その忌まわしい力とともに。
Is that an attack you just can't escape from?
本当に勝てると思っているのですか。私が歴史を正す。無駄なあがきを。受けなさい。なんとも忌まわしい力です。その程度ですか。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。本当に勝てると思っているのですか。これまでです。誤ったその力、私が終わらせて差し上げます。ついえなさい。その忌まわしい力とともに。
I'm just glad that's one hit I can take here.
無駄なあがきを。是非もありません。なぜです。なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです。
Unfortunately, I haven't figured out the Alright, down goes Shiva! Okay. So, I will say this. Because certain information did get leaked through the English client regarding the end, I do know about certain things. But let's... well, actually, let me go ahead and restock first while I'm thinking about it. just in case something happens. I'll grab one of those.
こんにちは。
Alright, the future you forged.
無念だ。私の勝利は叶わなかった。歴史はやはり繰り返してしまうようだ。
History is repeating itself?
言葉通りの意味よ。私たちは結局世界の器でしかないんだ。巡り巡り繰り返す。私とあなたが記録してきたものを再び最初から繰り返すのみ。最後に問おう。世界を滅ぼすか自らが消えるか選べと言われたらどちらを選ぶ？フォトンのある限り、いな私とあなたがある限り、私たちは選び続けなければならない。
So that now makes me the host.
まさか最初の深淵なる闇より白に
原初の深淵なる闇はフォトンの対なるもの。生まれるのではなくそこにあるもの。最も強き力を持つシバが失われた。さすれば次なる力を持つ貴様に宿るのは道理だろう。貴様はどうする？
If I can take it somewhere it can't destroy.
そうだな。私ならそう言うと思っていた。
強大な次元湾曲反応。どこかに転移するつもりですか？
いやこれは時間底。まさか君はどこまで戻る気だ？
ダメだよ。
あなたの選択は正解である。宇宙が生まれる前の姿、記憶すら始まらない無の場、滅ぼすもののない場。
And it is good to hear Shion's voice again. Even though she was gone, it would make sense that she would have seen things this far out.
絶対選別の意志はここにてくじけ、あなたと共にここで消えゆく。そしてこれより宇宙は始まる。宇宙が始まる前にたどり着いた光、宇宙の原点にて消失した一つの光。あなたは原初よりここにいたのだ。すべての歴史を知る存在として。万事はここより始まりて、これにて
If this will save everyone.
大いなる光がそのうちにありて、ここよりまばゆく輝き出す。
Now there's a name I was waiting to hear. Great Light. Once again referring back to Algol. Or rather, the time even before Algol.
これより宇宙は始まる。開脈の光を見届けよう。あれがアカシックレコードの光。これより連綿と紡がれる歴史の糸。あなたがこうして歴史は始まる。繰り返す歴史がここから。
And so once again, we have the star field here. I'm gonna bring the lyrics up for everyone.
What should I do for you? I'm the one who let you hear the same path. You can feel my presence. I have heard your fate and sad song, but this world was saved by your will. Going back to the birth of the universe, we were always together. Finally, goodbye, the day has arrived. I am so proud of you. Gonna change the result of the war. Around and round, wanna break the chain of history, but you're gone. I'm so sorry. I know that everything starts from here and ends here. Crying your fantasy again out of this endless loop. Our sympathy into the depths of the criminal chain in the dark. You will be a star shining within me too. I'm grateful for you. I am so proud of you. Gonna change the result of the war. Around and round, wanna break the
Alright, so let's talk about this ending here for a moment here, shall we? So, as Shiva said, time repeats from here. This is supposedly the end of things, but what we're gonna see in a moment here, this is exactly the same thing that happened in episode 3. So, let's see, you have reached the end of the normal route of episode 6. You will be able to obtain the true ending by completing a specific condition. So, basically, what's happening here is, yes, time repeats, and even though we, as the character, as Ash, is unaware, the only one that really knows how many times things have likely looped at this point is actually the Profound Darkness itself, the original Profound Darkness. And basically, this whole time with PSO2, it's essentially been stuck in this loop. Because, you know, it goes around a loop, and then it gets sent back to the start of the universe again. And time continues on, it does whatever it did in the past, comes up to this point again, and back to the start of the universe. Who knows how many loops it's been through? So, what Shiva is really trying to do in all of this is just convince us to not do this. To send it back to the start of the universe. Because basically things are at a stalemate right now. And that includes with the ARKS, as well as potentially anything else that's happened before this point as well. And yes, exactly, we need to break the cycle. So, I have a little bit of information here on what is needed. So, you need to clear Episode 3, Chapter 4. Now, for me, I cleared this way back when the Matterboard still existed. But I did not want to take the risk that tonight we would not be able to progress here. So, over the past week, I've been quickly running through all of that stuff, and I got that cleared. In addition to that, you also need to clear Chapter 8, Earth's End, back in Episode 4. That I cleared several years ago at this point here. And then the last condition is you need to clear Episode 6, Chapter 6 with an S rank. Now, what I cannot determine is if you need to be on hardcore or if you can do it on normal. Because if you can do it on normal, I would rather do that so that we're not waiting here all night, just going through the whole thing again. And I could just blow through it and get moving on with the real ending of this here. Okay, if casual is fine, then let's go ahead and do that here, then. Cool. Alright, so, let's set this to all. Let's come down here. And hope you bring forward. I will do the... Now that I know how hardcore works, with the time freeze... and I'm just going to be skipping through cutscenes here since, since I don't want to be wasting our time here. But yeah, I will take care of doing a hardcore run at a later time and getting the star gems that come with that. And this is also good information for me to know as well, because now I know that it's at level 45 that these enemies are at. Now, I didn't catch before. Do I have to hit 0 fences for this to count as well?
Completed.
Okay, fences don't matter. Oh, nobody can die, so, like, Motoy or anybody else that joins up with me can't die. Okay. I will keep that in mind. I'll still try to do the fences, of course. I just wanted to make sure, you know, I wasn't going to have to reset because I accidentally touched a fence or something.
Emergency code unite.
But when it comes to the true last boss, I will revert back to hardcore mode.
Completed.
I just want to get us through this as quickly as I can here. It's just interesting that they didn't go with the same marker that they did last time, where the thing was only half filled in on the quest. Actually, no, I take that back. I wasn't looking when the thing came up again. I was paying attention to where that message had popped up instead.
Completed.
Alright, we got a bunch of cutscenes to skip here. Or actually, no, not as many as I thought. Okay.
Emergency code unite. Completed. Emergency code unite.
Alright, one more fence. And let's get moving.
Completed. Emergency code unite.
Alright, now we got this room here with the lock on the two sides.
Completed.
But yeah, equipped as I was going through this and how little damage I was by playing carefully, I definitely think I would be able to get this in one shot. Once again, I just didn't want to take the risk that, you know, we would have to do this yet again Alright, doors open.
Emergency code due. Completed.
And here we are, back at Shiva again.
Emergency code due.
Alright, Shiva is level 55 here. So she's actually taking a few hits here.
ずいぶん見苦しく生にしがみつくものです。受けなさい。これまでです。
Alright, skipping through. Here comes Sukuna-hime. And here we go.
私が歴史を正す。まさか。
Okay, I see what you mean now by being able to break it.
Emergency code due.
受けなさい。是非もありません。本当に勝てると思っているのですか？世界を滅ぼし、フォトンを消す。
You're open.
なぜです？なぜ人は同じ過ちを犯すのです？
And let's bring out the Dark Blast as well.
受けなさい。
And down she goes.
Completed.
こうなってしまうのですね。
Alright, there's the S rank we need. So now let me return back to the bridge. And let's grab a shifted drink EX. And make sure we are fully stocked. Yes, we are. Alright, the future you forged. On hardcore. Now we've already seen all this here. We need to get to the decision point. There it is. If only I could have seen our future.
しかしだがしかし過去から今に連なるこの歴史を失うとしても今より未来に聞こえるはずだ。皆があなたを呼ぶ声が見えるはずだ。伸ばせば届くその手があなたがこの世界のみの器であるのなら今の歴史を繰り返すのみだった。だが世界を隔てたつながりは新たな未来を紡ぎ出す。目を開けよ。記憶をつなげ未来へ歩む。
Well, that's a lot of photos.
原初の存在にして最後のアークスよ。あなたの紡いだ今までの歴史から全ての答えは集い来るの。
Good to see you again, Shion.
私はあなたに出会えたことに感謝する。
世界からガーディアンの痕跡が消えていく。突然どうしたのよハリエット。ガーディアンに何かあったの？わかりません。でもそんな、まさか。
そのまさかみたいだぜ。あのバカ全部一人で何とかする気らしい。
ハリエット、あなたは元神様。
今度こそゆっくり寝てるつもりだったんだが、こいつに叩き起こされちまってな。
バルナ。あんたこないだ負けたばかりのくせにまた何しに来たってのよ。
今さらいかなる言葉を紡ごうともそれは無意味でしょう。ただ行動によって義を示すのみですから、ハリエット様、この場は僕に任せ言ってください。己の成したいことを成してください。ハリエット様のためにお仕えすることこそ僕のバルナの目的です。
ありがとうバルナ。
So in the end, Vana did survive. Once again, that sets up the potential future for a Lashik encounter. Oh, it's Earth.
あれ、敵が全部消えちゃった。これって私たちの勝ちってことだよね。やったやった。でもなんでだろう。胸騒ぎが止まらない。お姉ちゃん。ある。その姿は。っていうか、どうしてここに？声が聞こえたの。お姉ちゃんを呼ぶ声が。あの人の声が。あの人が私を？ある。どうすればいい？どうすれば助けてあげられる？
お姉ちゃん、僕の手を取って。僕が道をつなぐから。
私たちはいつも助けてもらってばっかりだった。だから今度は私が助ける番だ。
And then there was Matoi.
バカそういうのダメって言ったじゃない。二人で約束したじゃない。どっちかを残していくのは絶対にダメだって言ったじゃない。許さない。絶対に許さない。そうしないと歴史が紡がれないんだとしても、そうじゃないと歴史の否定になるのだとしても、私はあなたを行かせない。これで終わりだなんて言わせない。そんな勝手絶対に許さないんだから。
そう、その通りだ。
シオンさん、
それが歴史の否定。アカシックレコードの私の存在否定になろうとも、かの人のいない世界などあってはならない。
現在、全アークス一斉参加の大規模なエネミー討伐作戦を準備中。対象は惑星オバルです。
Alright, that is an emergency quest for Beach Wars here on the Japanese servers, but obviously we got more important things to deal with here. So... yeah. Everything is coming to a head at this point here. Let me see where I am. Okay. I should go ahead and collect on these real quick. Apparently I cleared a bunch of stuff here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, at this point, it's... yeah, we're basically now breaking the cycle. And we're gonna be moving on with time. The real question becomes... was it ever possible for the Akashic Record to have seen the future that was gonna be created here? Even though it won't exist past this point. I guess only time will tell. And really that's a question more for New Genesis. But we're here in the moment now. Let's take on the original Profound Darkness. You can hear a voice calling out to you. Will you follow the voice? Yes.
Guardian. まだ終わってはいません。終わりにはさせません。あなたがつないできた絆にこそ答えがあるのですから。
力はあなたにもらったもの、全てを救うためのものだから、今度は私があなたを救ってみせる。浮上を切り裂け、雨の村雲。
You're gonna have to do more than that. Why did it have to be a harem? Thank you.
互いをねぎらうのはあれを何とかしてからにしましょう。
あなたから切り離した圧倒的な闇、よりしろがないのになおも残ってる。
フォトナー時代に生み出された深淵なる闇、その根源たる闇の部分、ただの純然たる破滅意志、行き場を失い取り付くものもなく、今この場に力そのものとして具現する。
放っておくことなんてできない。もうどの時代もどんな世界も誰も犠牲になんてさせない。これはみんなの思いを感じる。
生きとし生けるもの、いいえ今まで生きてきたもの、それらすべての願いがここに集う。
それは闇を払う光、大いなる光となって。
And there it is again, great light.
万象の力、今ここに集う。これまでの記録はこのためにあった。
そしてここから始めよう、新たなる宇宙の記憶を。
あなたが繋いできた絆、すべては今ここで集う。
Alright, before I answer that, something I want to bring up on screen here. That pit that we were just looking into. You know what that reminds me of? How about the edge? Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. Breaking a never-ending loop by defeating the darkness itself. Alright, let's go beyond our present. Primordial darkness. Let's do it.
Emergency code due.
Alright, that pops one of them. What? I guess I ran over to another platform. Got it, okay. So, if you're close to a platform, you just automatically jump. Gomoroth. I don't recognize the name. Alright, guess that's round one. Okay, I've seen that attack before in the trailer. Let's get out of here. Alright, over here now? Or... Nice try at stunning me. Oh, gotta get after this one. Okay. Can I hit it? Yes, I can. Okay. Maybe? Looks like it. Okay, that was the black wave attack. Okay, I'm on the wrong platform. I'll have to wait. Aside from taking a couple of hits here, this is going fairly well, actually. So it looks like the platform reforms in time. Alright, let's get over here. For something that big, I'm actually surprised that this is doing this much damage to it. Ooh, that made it bloody. If I had to guess from here, we gotta pop that thing and then we're gonna find something else inside of it. Alright, there we go. Or maybe not. Alright, so... Oh yeah, this is real familiar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Edge. Alright, let's see what everybody has to say.
これが最後の戦いです。行きましょう、ガーディアン。
さあ行こう。パッパと終わらせてさ、一緒に帰ろう。今度こそ最後の戦いだね。行こう、一緒に。
Did they change what they say at all?
今度こそ行こう。
Nope. Alright.
Moはや語るべきことはありません。今は最後まで共に戦えることにただ感謝を。
私だってあなたが世界からいなくなるなんて嫌だ。だから絶対帰ろう、一緒に。誰一人犠牲になんかさせない。みんなで一緒に新しい未来へ。
Alright, here we go. Why do you look a little bit different?
Emergency code due.
なんとまがまがしい。これがかの者の真の姿。
Did it just try to do a time stop? I don't like that these orbs are up. Hello, Duet. It's obvious it's shifting through different areas here, or different environments. I gotta get it away from the wall. And it doesn't want to follow, so I just gotta be careful then. I'm frozen. Is that it? Okay, here come all the Dark Falls Elder Persona, or Elder Apprentice, Double, and Luther, or loser, as well as everyone else. What is that symbol? Oh boy. This kind of looks like the needle that that the original Profound Darkness was trying to do on Navarius, actually, now that I think about it. Is that it? Looks like it might be.
終止符は打たれた。私たちのような亡霊はここまでだ。あなた。悲しむ必要はない。君たちがこの輪廻を脱することで、私もまた救われた。まとい。あとは君の思うがままに進め。
And you too, Shion.
私が知るのはここまでだ。これより先は全知存在すら記録できない、誰も知らない未来への一歩。それは誰も記録できない未来。あなたたちだけの記憶となる。だが最後に一言伝えられるのなら、そこにはきっと楽しい未来が待っている。
まとい、
まといさん。
Are we back on Navarius?
ここはもしかしてアムドゥスキア？
Amduskia?
シャオがここまで導いてくれたようです。
ああ、よかった。二人とも無事みたいだね。あなた。
I'm back.
それじゃあ帰ろっか。
ええ、皆さんが待っています。
ねえ、さっきのは夢だったのかな。
I won't forget.
行こう、私たちの未来へ。
And so we have reached the true end.
Hello to life and all you've given me, reveling in this starry fantasy. Finally here, have I lived up to be
So I guess this is showing the world that still exists in this new future. It's really over. I've been playing this ever since the second alpha came out for Phantasy Star Online 2 on the Japanese servers. It really has been an 8+ year journey for me in this game. It's the longest Phantasy Star I've ever played, that's for certain. And yeah, I see what you're saying, there are no Darkers around. Now they're going through all the different music tracks here.
I live true to me. I live bright and free.
I live on to make all brand new memories.
Fantasy star.
I'll be honest, it's never going to sound not corny whenever they say it, regardless. Oh, Capricorn. Also, I guess things with PSO2 never really filtered over into this game, or PSO2S rather, never filtered over into this game. With how things really play out with the Lillipens. With them being from Urzuma and such. So the Shironians are there. But yeah, I guess only their kind are going to be around now. The obviously double wiped all of them out on the other side. And of course we have Earth as well. Well, yeah, Tokyo, but there it is, Las Vegas. I was holding for that. And we're probably going to see some Omega in here as well. Actually, no, maybe not, now that I think about it. We'll see. No, yeah, this is Omega. This is near where the second Luther fight pops up. That last scene looked like it was brand new CG. I don't think we ever saw a 3D rendering of Margaritas. Well, no, actually, no, we might have. I'm trying to think of where. Alright, and so I guess final thoughts now here through all this. Really, it's been quite the journey for everything. Starting out, how this game really started out. It had its ups, it had its downs, and you know, it's really the same. It's the same journey we've seen throughout this series. You've got the light fighting against the dark and all that sort of stuff. But this was really the first time. If I were to go off of what a friend of mine, Earning Key, had said previously, this was really the first time that the Profound Darkness, or Idola, had really tried to speak to the different characters and everything involved. In the past, you know, you think back to Algol, the Dark Falls had just invaded the different planets. And eventually Chaz and his party had taken out the Profound Darkness eventually. Ragol, the Dark Falls, basically took over Red Ring Rico. There was no talking about it, it was just, you had to take down Dark Falls. Plus you had Olga Flo and everything else that happened there. Phantasy Star Universe, you had that Dark Falls there, plus all the Dolk Facus, which, you know, it all, the part of it was all the memory of Ragol that had somehow come into Phantasy Star Universe as well. Of course, when you think Phantasy Star Portable to Infinity, then you've got everything that got messed up with the canon with all that. But yeah, this was really the first time Phantasy Star, or rather, this was the first time. Oh, what do we got here? I'll finish my thought in a moment here. Oh, this is the opening movie. S rank. That's what I want to see. Okay. Yeah, so this was really the first time the Profound Darkness had ever really tried to speak to anybody before, because as I was saying before, it had been trapped in this loop. We don't know how many loops it could have been trapped. It could have been trapped there for 10,000 plus loops before this ending had finally come true, to basically bring both sides back to a stalemate here, or not to a stalemate, but to essentially free both sides from this perpetual loop here. And we know that, you know, the Profound Darkness is still going to be around. If Chaz's party didn't defeat it, whether it be in the past or the future, and obviously there's no way that we defeated it either. There wouldn't be Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis if we had truly defeated it. I mean, you think back to Algol, you got the 1,000-year cycle. Technically, it wasn't always 1,000 years. There was usually a variance in the 1,000 years. but generally every 1,000 years, there would be a new Profound Darkness or Dark Falls threat that would come through that once again would start to mess everything up again. And so, once again, with what we saw here, and the fact that we were seeing the name Great Light quite a number of times here, it leads me to believe that this ending that took place, it's really interesting, because it's kind of a catch-22. You can't, because the Akashic Record is gone. I'm trying to think of how I want to formulate this here to explain it, because this is going to get really confusing, really metaphysical in terms of time and how that all works here. But think of it this way: we go back to episode 5, and suddenly you have Elisa and Rutsu showing up in there for some reason. And yet, I was saying for a long time that this game was effectively the prequel to the Algol series. And because the Akashic Record is gone now, here's the thing. Because the Akashic Record is gone, we don't really know. The question is it possible for the Akashic Record to have seen the Algol series happen, even if the Akashic Record didn't exist past this point? That's a question that we still need to ask here. Because if it was able to see it, then yes, this game is a prequel to the Phantasy Star Algol series. However, if it could not see that, what we then have is a situation whereby this game is both a prequel and a sequel at the same time. And the way that works is, in that moment where we start to go back in time like that, we're already headed back to the genesis of the universe, essentially. And Hitsugi, Matoi, and Harriet follow us back to that beginning point. And it's possible that by the time they had reached us, we were before when Phantasy Star Algol takes place. But we're still here in the present future, beyond when Phantasy Star Algol took place. Does that make sense, what I'm saying here? I know it's really confusing here, but it's something. It's what's going through my mind right now with all this here. There were some holes that had not been filled in with what was leaked, so I'm glad I was able to finally see everything here. Yeah, I completely agree with you. It is a time paradox in that this future could not have existed without going back in time. Plus the fact that, let's see, I'm afraid I don't know the quote there that you're quoting there. But it's I don't know. It's we still have a lot of. Oh, gotcha. Thomas the Train. Gotcha. Okay, I got you. Snake, you can't do that. Oh, but yeah. And so here. Here's kind of how all this now plays out, at least in my mind. The Profound Darkness in all this, since it has been through this loop before, potentially tens of thousands or more times, imagine this, if you will, for a moment here. That means that it had to go from the genesis of the universe to this time that many times. Which means each loop it would have taken, it would have gotten better and better at knowing how many forces, how many Dark Falls it would take to essentially move things along the timeline as needed to return back to this result, where we fight against Shiva. Which means, over time, it would have learned how it could have conserved some forces and hold them in reserve for a future battle. Now, what does that all mean? Let's turn our attention now to New Genesis. So, we know that there is an enemy called the Dolls that are now being fought. What if each one... And let me put this in perspective. I'm expecting that there was likely a timeline of several thousand years for the Profound Darkness to have built up forces. If not millions of years to have built up forces over time to get itself back here. Imagine, if you will, each and every single one of those dolls is possessed by a Dark Falls. All of those reserve forces that the Profound Darkness had been building up during this loop and in prior loops. Granted, prior loops would not have carried over, only this loop would have carried over. But let's say all those reserve forces are now in place 1,000 years later when New Genesis takes place. And that's what the threat is. Effectively, by knowing the future, to the point where it needed to convince us, it would have held those forces in reserve for however long it would have been able to, and now is finally releasing them 1,000 years later. This is going to be a very dark chapter in Phantasy Star, if I'm right, when it comes to New Genesis. This could be one of the first times that the light loses. And it's just simply because the forces of light are completely overwhelmed by the Profound Darkness, essentially storing up millions of years of forces ready to release it when 1,000 years comes by again. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen for New Genesis. That's the kind of story, that's the kind of beat I think would be the natural result of all this. Granted, it only happens that way if the Profound Darkness had actually been through tens of thousands or more loops like that, so it could have learned over time. If it's only been like 2 or 3 loops, then that's not going to come to pass. But given that Shiva was talking about time was repeating and everything like that, I think that's how it's going to play out. But yeah, that's my hope for the future with New Genesis now. Obviously, we have an epilogue that's going to be coming here in the near future. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well here. Illegal Eagle. Yeah, we got the epilogue coming, but that's obviously not translated. Actually, it hasn't even been released yet. We also have the other side stories that haven't been translated yet. Let's just see if there's anything else here. Let's see. No, you have cleared the grand finale of Episode 6's story. Okay. So, yeah, that pretty much does it for today. I mean, there isn't any more story for us to go through, at least right now. I will be looking at the rest of the side story once the once that gets translated and once the epilogue comes out. Sure. Let me see if anybody's saying anything right now.
待ってたよ。
Okay, Motoi is not translated here. Unless you want to try translating here, real quick.
待ってたよ。
I'll leave it on screen so you can look at it. Gotcha. Okay. And then Sierra's the only other one here. Well, that is something that Sierra would say. Alright, was there anybody in particular that you would recommend that I speak to? I can head out to the, to, like, the shop area and such.
Konnichiwa.
East of the quest counter, okay. You mean coffee? Or you mean Revel? Yeah, that would make sense. And thank you for the live translation here as well. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that would make sense. There are probably some nests and such still out there that need to be found and taken care of. Anybody else you want me to look at? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Let me look at my titles here. Alright, let me grab that one since it's got some star gems. And then... I guess my old title really isn't valid anymore now that I think about it. Let's see. Anybody I want to hear from? Oh yeah, and apparently this is an event that's going on. We'll take care of that later on. Supposedly, once again, those are phantoms. Oh, let's see. I guess let's see if Zeno has anything to say here. I do kind of wonder how many of the ARK ships remain at this point. Because if I remember correctly, it was like 30 or 40% got destroyed immediately by Shiva. Yeah, they're all probably going to be saying things about taking out the last of the Darkers now. Yeah, we got the epilogue coming, but we'll see. I mean, it's really interesting just how this is all... Let's see. There we go. That's better. It's interesting how all this ended. Yeah, it definitely. The only thing is that we're not seeing some of the other characters on the ship anymore. Although they might pop up in the epilogue. Regius, and Maria and the rest of them. Kuna is... I don't think she's standing up here. Oh, actually she is. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, this actually was translated. So, we'll see if she actually makes good on that promise. Anybody else I want to speak to? Really the only other person that would really be relevant at this point, I think, would be, Lisa over here. So let's see what she has to say. It's not that they're slacking, they just haven't had a chance to get the rest of it translated yet. Really, all of this was possible today thanks to them getting the main story finished up. You know, that is kind of curious. Why did Harriet show up and not Lisa with Harriet as a gun? In those final moments, that's kind of curious. Was there anybody else? I guess there's Claire's Clays. And Eucretia over there, yeah. Okay, she's not translated, so if you could, please. That's actually kind of nice of her to not, like, call us a bonehead or something like that for once. Alright, Eucretia.
何用かしら。
I'm trying to think of if there's really anything else that's really left to say. I guess the only other thing is that we do have the MPA version of that boss coming as well. So, and if I remember correctly, that's where the Shion series of weapons is going to start dropping. And then, of course, we got the Luster class coming as well. But Luster is really just kind of an afterthought at this point, given the story is over. If I had to say anything at this point, I would say PSO2 is probably going to go maintenance mode after that. Aside from getting perhaps refreshed seasonal emergency quests every now and then, I really don't know if they're going to carry through the story anymore. Aside from, you know, the epilogue. Alright, you know what, if we spoke to Eucretia, there's one last person we need to speak to. The mate that we met at the start of it all. Finn. Oh, that's translated. Partner, we did it. The battle took a lot out of us, but we gave it everything we had. And look at what you managed, partner. You defeated someone that we couldn't even lay a finger on before. I'm really proud of you, partner. I'll have to work extra hard in the future if I want to catch up to you. Yeah, there really does seem like a feeling of finality also to everything that they're saying here. So, yeah, we also know that Coffee is going to be the one that unlocks the Luster class. There's not going to be a class trainer, so there's not going to be any kind of like story like we had with the three advanced classes, the Hero, the Phantom, and the Etoile. So we're not going to get a supposed fourth friend here. There could be other things coming, though, to PSO2. If what Sega said is true about data transferring between New Genesis and PSO2 It's possible new Genesis costumes could get ported over to PSO2. So we might still have that to look forward to. I guess we'll just have to see. There might also still be collaborations in the future. It's a big question mark right now what Sega's going to do beyond this point. Once they get Luster and the last of the content out, if there's going to be any further updates after the big graphical update that they're doing. Kyokya, let's check. Okay, so you have fulfilled your purpose after all, though we both know the truth. You could never have succeeded without the aid of the Black Wolf. In the end, your actions were of little consequence. Beyond your ability to perceive, 100 or more forces had already been set in motion, all for the sake of carrying you to victory. The battle against the remnants of our vanquished foe continues, but you cannot hope to face them, crippled as you are by fatigue. For now, you should get whatever rest you can. You know, that's a good point. Is it time to take another nap in for like 2 years to get purified? And again, that could explain how we get to New Genesis, since characters do carry over, although experience doesn't. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up in terms of the story. Yep. Although, who knows? It's possible there could be something still in store for PSO2. Something I've always wanted to see. Yeah, that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, something I've always wanted to see, and if Sega plays their cards right in terms of making sure both engines are kept up to date, something I would be really curious to see would be a battle that basically requires the cooperation of players from 2 or more games at the same time. So imagine there's some sort of time or subspace bubble, and the characters of PSO2 and New Genesis come together to fight a boss together. That's something I would really love to see. And then, while you're at it, maybe bring Idola into it as well. And, you know, then you have a third party that comes in, and it's like, okay, PSO2 is party number 1, New Genesis is party number 2, and then Idola is party number 3, but Idola still keeps its turn-based battle system. That's something that I think Sega has an opportunity to do if they figure out how to do it right. Because that would be a real interesting... No, it would not be a web event. It would be a real thing where all the battle systems link together. Because here's the thing. The only way that you're ever really going to truly defeat Idola, to defeat the true Profound Darkness and all this, you need to basically attack it on multiple fronts across time, all at the same time, if you will. That's the only way to really put an end to everything. I never played 2006, but I at least know a little bit of that fight, and it required fighting it multiple times across time, I think. but I'm trying to remember now. You know, I'm not gonna speak because I don't have the experience of doing that. So. Okay, so then in that case, there's precedence from it for it in Sega, so it's possible. With all that said, there's one question I have left I need to ask, and it's really going to be the fate of what Satoshi Sakai is going to be. Is he going to be forced out of the series after what happened with episode 5? Because that he basically hasn't been able to show up in the public since all that went down, and I really hope that he's still able to helm the series, despite what happened, because he's done a lot for the series regardless. And if there's any visionary that would be able to make something like this happen, it would be him. I would love for him to be able to show up in public again and you know, be able to put on fan festivals again. Heck, I would love to see fan festivals show up in the West, maybe even do something for New Genesis. I guess only time will tell, but I'm really rooting for the guy still. Regardless of anything, he's been one of the few people that has remained in this series. Oh, he's confirmed to be developing it? Then yeah, that's good to know. Because he's one of the few remaining creators from back with the original Phantasy Star Online. The other one being the musician. What was his name? I gotta look it up. It's slipping my mind, and I'm hating myself that it's slipping my mind right now here. Hideaki Kobayashi, that's who it is. He's been doing the music for the Phantasy Star series ever since Phantasy Star Online, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with New Genesis, whether they're going to continue using the sympathy system or put something brand new in place. I think throughout the use of it, I think they've learned that there were some hiccups with how the music could play out sometimes, and I hope that with New Genesis they'll be able to get that ironed out by using smaller segments. For anybody that doesn't know, music within PSO2 was usually compressed down to segments of around 3 to 6 seconds each, and so and you would have 3 separate tracks usually. So one music track would contain upwards of like 2,000 files sometimes. All that being these little 3 to 6 second snippets of the music, plus any transition tracks that need to be in place, and things like that, calm versions and battle versions of music and things like that. So I'm hoping that they're able to continue working on through New Genesis as well. I'm really looking forward to what the next chapter of all this is going to be. And yeah, we've got the epilogue coming. I'll do another stream once that comes out so we can wrap all this up. I'll probably also try to time that when there's MMP going on for the multi-party version of this of the boss fight that we saw. Let's see here. We've also got other things happening. I need to get back to Phantasy Star Universe, finish up Ambition of the Illuminus, I need to get back to Phantasy Star Online 2S, because now that the main game is over, there's a chance that one might be shutting down in the near future. There hasn't been an announcement, but I would hate to lose out on story before I have a chance to actually get all that recorded. We've also got Phantasy Star Universe Clementine, which is supposedly coming up sometime within the month. So I'll be hopping on that as well. I need to get back to Blueburst and finish that series up. And I need to get back to Algol and get going with those games again. There is a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish between now and when New Genesis releases next year. If I'm being honest, if it could be held until holiday of next year, I would kind of appreciate that, so I would have more time to go back and cover some of the older portions of the series. But an insider that that I've made a friend of an insider that I know has stated Q1, which to me sounds really incredible. That's gonna be really, really fast. I'm going to be really surprised if they're actually able to make that, especially because there really hasn't been any announced alpha or beta testing that I've heard of for this game. And it's not. Let me be clear, it's not a Sega insider. So it's one of the partners that they're working with. So grain of salt, really huge. Imagine the grain is the size of your head. That's how much of a grain of salt you need to take with all this. Yeah, no, definitely. It's time I got back to other portions of the series. I mean, of course, I'm still going to be doing the I guess we're just going to call it the English Global version now, or just the English version of PSO2. I'll still be doing that, because frankly, at this point now, this character has kind of taken a back seat, especially considering how much wealth that one actually has. Compared to this one, I mean, yeah, I've got really powerful weapons and such on this character, but when I look at, how many costumes I've picked up throughout the years, I really don't have that many. It's just this and a couple of other things. On my main on the English version now, I've got so many costumes. It's close to 1,000 costumes, which I'll be reselling back over time, which is just gonna make me bank at that point. And I think that will be in a better position to enjoy New Genesis. Potentially even being able to resell some of that stuff in New Genesis once it comes through. Although we'll have to see how all that works. We don't know about outfits yet compared to layered wear. But yeah, that pretty much brings things to an end for today. Unless anybody has any other questions or comments before we end things for today, because it's a really satisfying ending that we had here. It's been a long journey, but the road goes ever on with this series. So I'm kind of used to it now. I know that there's always going to be something more. I may have some attachment with the characters, but ultimately, I've always been one for the more overarching story. How does everything fit together in a timeline? And until we really get those questions answered about what the Akashic Record was able to see We're not going to have a clear answer on that. The other thing that is kind of really key here is the fact that Verona did show up again, which, like I said before, does open the door to potentially them showing up in New Genesis, or somewhere in the future. Yeah, no, definitely. And the other thing is that there's evidence that potentially, and this was not found by me, this was found by Arwen in my Discord. They found an image of a subspace vehicle, the spitting image of one found in Phantasy Star Portable 2. And if subspace travel is going to be a thing in New Genesis, well, that pretty much opens the door to everything. We might be able to go to Regol, for instance. We might be able to go to Grawl. We might be able to see how, and this is kind of really funny to think about. 1,000 years from now with the ARKS is going to be 1,000 years later for Earth as well. So is that where we're going to see, and this once again plays into the Akashic record, if it was able to see beyond its own end. Is it possible that we're going to see the birth of the Earthmen in the year 3000, essentially, on Earth? The Earthmen being those that came to Algol and set up Mother Brain there and caused the Gaia satellite to crash into Palma, destroying that planet, and all that stuff. Is that something we're going to be able to see? I am really excited to see what New Genesis is going to have in store for us. If I'm being honest, we might not see subspace travel until an expansion, though. We'll have to see. Because we don't even know what planet that is at this point. We just know that it's a planet abundant in photons and has some kind of technology in the ground. I mean, it's possible that could be Amduskia, based on what we saw in the ending. But that's still kind of a stretch. But yeah, we'll see. And Regol was Phantasy Star Universe, Phantasy Star Portable 2, Infinity. That was really funny. How Regol got involved there. Because it was originally a message, or basically some sort of data information that came to Grawl. And it was unlocked through Maximum Attack G. That what Regol was came to light to the people there. And then eventually Amelia made that trip to Regol and effectively rewrote history so that Phantasy Star Online never happened. Red Ring Rico and Heathcliff Flowen still alive to this day and running around with the ARKS, as we see in that featured quest that pops up every now and then, the one that takes place in the floating facility. So yeah, a lot of... It gets really interesting when you think about this series, how the timeline works, how subspace works, as basically a tunnel to different worlds. In fact, let me bring something up here. I know I'm dawdling here, but I want to get all these thoughts out. Yeah, let me bring this up here. So, imagine... So this is the Elisa 3 from Phantasy Star 3, Generations of Doom. But the thing I'm trying to show you here is how subspace, at least to me, kind of works. So imagine that you've got the universe, and then you have subspace, which is used to travel to different universes. So let's imagine this one here is the Grawl universe. This one here is the Oracle universe. This one here is the Ragol Coral universe. And so on and so on. That's, to me, is how subspace seems to work. And it's just a question of how many universes are there actually out there. And we do know that Grawl and the ARKS are connected. Let me head back to my room real quick, because I can show you here. And this is something that's going to be coming up real soon in the English version as well. If we go to the event chronicle here, and we go to other extra, let's see. Here we go. Let's bring this one up.
リモートで見た感じだと出力装置のあたりが怪しいけど。
Okay, so it's not translated here, but you can see that we have Emilia and VVN, characters from Phantasy Star Portable and Phantasy Star Portable 2, here with the ARKS. And that's basically how Grawl got connected to the ARKS. The Emilia and VVN made a trip through subspace. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not able to see this here. So Emilia and VVN, they made a trip through subspace and landed with where the ARKS are after an accident occurred. So, and then we basically helped them gather some parts and such that they need to get themselves back home. So, Grawl and the ARKS are connected at this point, and of course they already went to Ragol, so that connects Ragol, Grawl, and the ARKS all together. And it's just a question of how many more subspace locations there are in the end, which we don't know at this point. But it's yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for us here today. I definitely want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in today, and thank you, Kizer, for the translation of those characters speaking there. Really appreciate that. Let's see if there's anybody that we can that I can pass you over to in a raid here. Let's see who is currently active. Oh, is there anybody on that's on the Japanese server? That's what I'm hoping to find for you. Nobody that I can see right now. You know what? How about this? We were just talking about Phantasy Star Portable 2. Why don't I pass you over to somebody that's playing that right now here? So, we are going to be rating Apathy. So let's see here. Let me get that into my thing here. Yeah, space is warped and time is bendable. Or, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, if you want your Doctor Who. Alright, so, with all that said, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. Let's get this raid started here.